Right, so I trust that I'm not still in the emotion or the shock of it from last night, but this is a reaction. I would like to say response because I was thinking about it from all angles, and about giving people grace, and about not judging, and about not tarnishing one single sex, race, person as the same as everybody else. Went out sporadically, spontaneously. I met a sis last night and had a little boogie woogie, so you know, that kind of Saturday night environment, and then moved from one place to the launch opening of another little place, and just having a really flowing, female, feminine, soft, free time. And someone arrived at this next destination and knew my friend, 111 on the clock, and they were chatting, and I don't know why she did this, bless her, she's probably just trying to help in her own way, but my friend said that I do singing sound healings, I have singing bowls here, and it's not service, I'm not, pushing things out here, I'm still observing and deciding whether that's something that, will work for me or not here in long term, so time will tell. None of that's relevant here, but so we spoke, and then immediately there was an energy shift. She's, I think, originally Kenyan, but spent time in the US and doing some really fantastic things here. I've heard about her project and not been involved or witnessed it up close and personal yet, and we'll see in time. But what I found really interesting was that we'd never met, she didn't know me, but to her, I was just a white person. And with the singing bowl comments, I just said, yeah, that's something that I do, and I have them here, and I'm just sort of, I'm not working, one, I don't have a work permit, and two, it's something that if ever I share it or bring it up, it's because it's brought me healing. It's because I'm a very sensitive soul, and sound, my blueprint is sound, so music and sound is very healing for me, and something that I've resonated towards it. That's why I went into it and learned about it, and it was one of my practices, personal practices, and I brought them here for me before anybody else, because I have to manage my own internal alignment. And it's just a nice thing to share with people that you love and friends. And it's a new experience that may not have been here before. But I certainly didn't come here with a guru white saviour complex that my singing bowls will heal the African nation. No, it's just like me boiling up some tea, some local teas that I know, or other things. It's a form of self-care and sharing. It's part of community care. It's just... whether that sits well here or not, it's not for me to decide. I'm just in flow and go and do what I get called to do. But that comment shifted her energy and attitude towards me, it was a bit sad. She's a little bit older than me, but it's like I was immediately... she was on the defensive, but she said, when I spoke to her back, she said, stop being defensive to me, which is really interesting about projections, because in that moment, one setting, like, it just wasn't the right space, wrong, aligned space, music, live music, shouting to sort of talk and get points across. And it's a shame, like, some people need the validation, they need to be seen by someone. Like, I was just there with my mate, and like, I've got nothing to fucking prove to her or anybody else here, regardless of what anyone's going to think of me, because they're going to have their own lived experiences that are going to create how I appear to them. And this is no disrespect to that person, because I don't know her, so I wouldn't take it upon myself to say what she did to me. But everybody's got their mission, and I felt... got her own, as she's called it, justice to fight for. For me, I don't believe that we can serve justice. I think that is the Most High. I think that's Gaia. I think that will all be shown in the revelation times that we're living in. And I believe justice is way beyond the physical realm and what we believe we can do, and it's lovely to have a cause to fight for. But I told you, like, as I believe the patriarchy's dead and the matriarchy rises, the energy to be in for me is not fighting. Like, I'm not fighting for anything. I'm in flow with the universe. I'm co-creating, and I'm continually trying to see how I can support my own healing and be a positive. We talked about sphere of influence last night, like ripple effect, which she also has a powerful, impactful ripple effect in her own, according to her own sort of lived experiences and belief systems. And so rigid, like, immediately she was like, but you know, you're here with the singing bowl, so what, you're bringing this outside energy, outside tools to sort of heal the African people, like, you know, you people should, and it's sort of language just came out, was like, you people. I was like, I said to her, firstly, like, you never met me, you never met anyone like me, 606 or not, don't say you people to me. But your people, your ancestors were the ones that raped, pillaged, and da-da-da-da. I said, I mean, I don't have any white guilt. I've got nothing to be guilty for. One, guilt is a very, very low emotion, and I live in love. Guilt is associated with fear and stuff. I've got nothing to prove, as I said. I'm not guilty about anything. And I get passionate because I'm a lover. Love is the only thing that's going to heal the nations. We can't, they're talking about reparations from the past. We can't deny or erase what's happened, but we aren't there now. Like, the effects are still seen vastly across the globe, but like where we're at right now, we all need to be feeding into, I believe, a higher vibration of reparation, a higher vibration or a different narrative. When someone's lived in the, like, Black American and the Black Panther movement and that dialogue compared to what Africans have experienced here, and people might say, she's white, so how can she talk about this? I talk about it because that's just happened to me. Someone speaks to me, or I get comments to me directly, and I also share space with people here and listen to their views. And my Luo friends in Nairobi have different views about colonizers here. So I'm not really here to judge or do any of that. Like, I'm here to listen and to learn. That's why I've been put on the earth, is to learn. We're all put on the earth to learn. So I'm certainly not here to serve justice or to tell people what to do. I can only just work on myself and find tools that help me be a better person and live better, whatever that means to me. Oh, that's my tummy. And underpin, encourage that sort of Ubuntu, that equality. 808, excuse me, it's clearing because there was a lot of projection. Like, I had to go down to the water today and like loads of like exercise, which again, you know, keeps me fit, but there was just a lot going on last night. And so she said to me, but you know, when you come to this land, you know, you need to ask for forgiveness. You've got to ask for forgiveness. You know, your atonement, your people. And like, I'm just looking at my friend, and this is not, I'm not siding with my friends because I'm not anti or I don't want to create division. So I'm just like, this is a really interesting experience. Like, clearly, as I said, I don't know what my friends said about the singing bowls, but it had to come up. And it's part of the healing when you get things out. Like, she needs to say that, all right? She can say it to me. I'm not taking it personally. Like, she wants to fight. And I said to her, like, I'm not in that energy. I said, so if you want to fight, that's great. I'm not going to fight with you. I have nothing to fight for in this world. I am here to expand. I'm here to learn. I'm here to share love. And what lessons I need to learn. You can't go around telling you need to ask for forgiveness. She can't tell me what lessons I've signed up for in this lifetime. And again, no disrespect to this person. This is just I don't know if you call it a rebuttal. This is just a response to someone projecting stuff. And she said she wouldn't let me get a word in edgeways. So, okay, she didn't want to hear anything I had to say. Fine. That's her prerogative, whatever. But it's not balanced that way, is it? If you can only speak at someone, you can't listen to them because someone's already made up their mind that a white person can't have a response to that opinion. And I'm not here to spread opinions. Like, this is after I just met a really sweet elder who'd just shared some very intelligent man, just shared some interesting things with me, and then this happened. And I'm just like, surely we need to give people grace. As women, like the matriarchy, how we're going to heal or repair reparations, if she's talking about reparations, is through nurturing and through love. Because the opposite of love is fear. And so fear is the same as guilt and all of this stuff. And I don't have white guilt. Like I've certainly done my own reparations. And that can mean what it means to me, not to anybody else. Like, I know what I've been through, I know what I've survived, I know what my ancestors have done or haven't done, and I know how my family have raised me. I know who I am in the world. And so to come into that interaction, again, the three of us, power of three, Holy Trinity, there's always something quite interesting about these these interactions between the three, which is something that I was looking at a couple of years ago for a series of reasons. But we were talking about, someone invited me, do you want to do a sound bath here at this place? And I was like, well, I haven't responded yet because I'm not sure it aligns with me, because it outprices a lot of the people. And she said, well, to be honest, a lot of the wellness stuff does outprice the local people community. Well, it's like, so I said, well, there's your point. Like, I'm not here to push into that space. I'm not here to push anything. I'm living and learning. I'm moving slow because I want to see. It takes a long time to know people's intentions and and motivations, and that's important. Might not be important to other people, but people's motivation, 1144 o'clock, people's motivations and intentions are important to me because I'm a very intentional person. And so in terms of that whole interaction, what was her intention in responding to me that way? Why did I trigger her? Because she didn't trigger me. All the stuff she was saying, that's cool. She needs to speak to me like that. It's cool. She needs to say those things. If she's on the fight for justice, okay. But again, setting, again, intention is always like, what were we going to achieve in that conversation? For me, like I love the fact that I meet strong, powerful women who are not scared to speak the truth, their truth. It's not my truth. And to protect and safeguard what they value in life. Again, I honour that. But you can't come to somebody and see a white person and think, you're that way, you're this way, you're the same, you need to ask forgiveness. You can't fucking tell me what to do, love. All due respect, I actually find this woman quite fascinating, quite fantastic. But that interaction for me was not handled in a sort of as sisters, as we can do better for ourselves. We need to be having these conversations in better ways, in more soft and gentle. Like, I get the passion, but because she said to me, "Oh, you're benefiting from it. You're benefiting from all of the raping and the pillaging." And I was like, my parents don't own a house here. I'm doing this all, like, my family haven't got land. Like, what do you mean I'm still benefiting? Because I'm a tourist, even though I don't do the tourist thing, but that's, a side argument for this. What do you mean? Like, this is tourism. There's people come here to spend time in this land. And what they do is not, for this conversation, not my concern, but like bringing in money, or isn't my concern, because I trust that it's in loving intention. Yeah, it's not a land grab, and we respect the local communities wherever we travel. I am somebody that doesn't believe in borders. I believe that everybody's got the right to go anywhere in the world because we are of the world. No one can tell us where we can and can't go. That's what I believe. But obviously there's a structure and system and society in place that stops that happening. So as long as we don't unsettle the balance of the land, what's the intention? If we arrive on the land and we come here to respect it and we try to nurture and create a relationship with the land first and foremost, because she is the one that's healing us, is the land. That's why me bringing the singing bowls here is, I don't think that, like, I think that medicine is, and I wrote this in that Sunshine, Sound and Swahili, the follow-up piece, part 2 on the blog, is because I don't believe that the healing of any place can come from an external source. It's expansive to have external views and open-mindedness, and I just felt the whole interaction was quite closed-minded of her. It's great to think you're a liberal and fighting for justice, but like I think it's quite closed-minded the way that she projected that stuff onto me. And I'm here not in to talk about anybody who says she's a bitch or anything, no, because I think she's quite fantastic and I don't know her, but for me to receive that interaction, this is a response to that, because yes, I'm a white person in Kenya and my family lineage is not here, and I'm also not here to judge what's like, I'm not the saviour and I can't serve justice, and neither can she, but we can all filter in to community system, community, thinking of that, my mitochondrial, like kind of like, we can all feed into that web, I trust, with loving intention. That can come through music, that can come from food, that can come from the wellness practice, that can come through how we interact with people on the street, that can come through who we give our time to, who I share my singing bowls with. It's not about money right here, right now. Maybe it will be in time, maybe it won't be. I'm not the judge of that. I just found it a really strong experience, and so I wanted to share it, because I don't know if other people are also coming into these interactions where we that was it. I saw a really interesting quote today, which I think spurred, because I didn't know if I was going to put a video out, because this is not to dog anybody out, because I just wouldn't do that, but the quote was, if you don't challenge your own ego every now and then, someone else will, and then you won't be prepared. And the source, I think, for that is mind-shifting ideas. So if you don't challenge your own ego every now and then, someone else will, and you won't be prepared. And I just thought, I wondered if she's challenged her own ego, because I do try. I certainly don't think that I'm right and she's wrong, or she was wrong or I was right in that situation. No, because I don't believe in that world anymore. I just observe situations as they unfold, and I think, okay, that was for a level up. That was a powerful female moment, although I believe we could all settle into our feminine energy more, for our betterment, for our healing, for the nurturing of the matriarchy and the powers that can really just magnetize true healing, internal and external. But anyway, and also I was going to say, with all the raping and the pillaging comments, is Wangari, I can't remember her name, she's the Ethiopian lady that does the videos, who's moved from Germany to Kenya, and she put out a really interesting video about what was going on the continent pre-slave trade and various things, and I just like to see that we're all looking at things from all different angles, because I'm not sure she cared about how she came across. That's cool, because I also don't give a shit what people think about me. But I do believe in being gracious, especially among women, because, as I said, not a lot of women like me generally. I find it hard to cultivate female relationships, even though I love it. I evoke stuff and people just misinterpret me. And so that's cool, but I'm gracious. I'm grateful enough. Some people might not think I'm gracious, but I'm grateful enough that I have, a handful of tight female relationships, positive, clean mirrors. And I want clean mirrors, people that have observed themselves, and that in that interaction might have thought, why am I saying this to this person that I've just met? I don't know, that whole community activism space, I've, in terms of environmental activism, I took a lot of that back on me back in the day with Slow Food, and when I was working for them, and you take a lot of the world weighty problems onto your shoulders, and fuck me, it really weighs you down, and then you just get either angry and you just get into lower vibrations. That doesn't help the healing of the nations. I believe that we are not here to serve justice, as I said, but we are here to share and expand and create awareness. And everybody's going to have their own interpretation of how we heal. And even in the wellness space in the UK and London, it started to get really divisive and just no, you're not allowed there because you're this and that. And I just thought, all right, well, I don't need to put an opinion on it. If you believe you're doing good work in that space, and we're all putting genuine love into it, not our own wounding into it, cool, then that's for the betterment and healing of the nations. And I won't be the one to judge that. Everything will be unseen. Everything will be seen by the unseen realms, by the spirits. And everything will unfold. All the justice that gets served will get served in front of the face of the people who are liars. So, because so many people are lying to themselves. And this is the era of taking accountability. And that's a good word. That's what came up last night, is that we take accountability. And I believe I have. And so I feel it would be really not wrong, but it wouldn't have been a healing vibration for me to come to this land having white guilt, or having all of this heavy Western vibrational divisional label shit, because then I'd be infecting stuff that hasn't existed here before and doesn't need to exist, because that's why certain things are collapsing in the way they are collapsing now. So there was a lot there. That wasn't a channel, this is a talk, so but I trust there was some sort of thread. So in the end, you know, I trust I'll meet this lady again and we can powwow if it happens, and if it doesn't, cool. I'll give thanks for the interaction, but I do trust that we are also looking at ourselves and that we clean our own mirror, because love is the language. We do need to give people grace. She's got no idea about my personal story, but I was tarnished with a dirty brush, and I don't appreciate love that at all, that energy, and it's not love. And it's sometimes hard to transmute in the moment what you're getting and transmute it with love. But I was just like, I said, you know, I don't have anything to prove to you, miss. You know, I don't have anything to deny as well. I can't deny your story and what's happened. I can't. But I'm not here to save anybody. And I don't believe even the healers, none of us are here to save anybody. We're here to work on ourselves, find tools that help, and share in love for the healing of nations. So let's see if we ever chat again. But, you know, 2 on the clock. I trust we will, because it's good to know strong people who, are not here about bullshit. So anyway, all right, cheers. Bye.